What is your outlook heading into 2026?
My outlook, it's actually very positive. Having been around the team just for a few weeks, you know, I see that they absolutely have the ingredients to win a championship and an Indy 500. They really do. You know, the people they have there, the facility they're building, but they already have amazing cars on street courses. I have a ton of experience with good cars on short ovals, so I felt like that's an area that they needed to improve on. Just having done the one test and the list of things that we had that we're going to have to come back to that test to try is very long, so we're already moving forward pretty quickly.
What was your reaction seeing yourself in an Andretti Global fire suit for the first time?
Well, the first time I saw it was the day they announced, and they'd just cropped a Andretti thing. It looks pretty cool. It's a suit that I loved, actually. It is funny having had the same sponsor for 17 years, I think. You know, I went in today, content day, all the drivers' suits are hung up, and the Verizon suit was right there. I was like, oh no, it's not me. But, you know, the Andretti brand, the Andretti name, it's a part of IndyCar. It's a very famous name with a lot of success tied to it. So, been a huge fan of the Andrettis, you know, who aren't really a part of the team anymore very much, but super excited. I've always watched them from the outside and thought it was a team with tremendous potential, because there's only two teams that have won championships in the last decade, and I think they have the absolute potential to do that.
After, like you said, after 17 years with one organization, what was it like walking into a new facility?
Yeah, it was interesting walking into a new facility because it was still under construction, but the shop floor was done. But it was strange walking in and meeting all new people and sort of sitting in a new Indy car and, you know, getting your pedals right, because that was just done for me. You know, I had the same seat for the last 12 years, no, more than 12, yeah, about 12 years since the new car came in. And honestly, it feels like normal now. It really does. You're just going into a team and trying to extract the most out of everything there, get the performance, work with the engineers, the crew. Business is normal. I've been around a long time, so it's not really daunting or anything like that. I'm actually really enjoying it.
Is there anything that's been a surprise to you going through that process of the new team and just getting to know how the communication is, all of the different pieces that go along with it?
Yeah, there's obviously good and bad there. You know, in some respects they're well ahead of Penske, and in some respects they're behind in some areas. So, you know, they have the strengths and weaknesses like every team. But I think that's the beauty of having someone like me come on board, and then you got Ron Mazuski, is, you know, we kind of know Penske's strengths, and you combine that with Andretti's strengths, you got a pretty good combination. So that's where I see the potential. And the people there, the people are amazing. The engineers are incredibly smart, like they're very high level engineers. The crew that I have in my car has more experience than I had on the 12 car. So yeah, I had a lot of young guys in the 12 car. I have a lot of guys with you know, more than a decade experience on my car. So I'm feeling very good about it.
How do you mentally reset when you're stepping into a new environment, and how important is it to develop that chemistry quickly before the season starts?
Yeah, I understand how much it matters, your relationship with the people you work with. You know, how positive you are, knowing all their names, but knowing about their life, their family and so on. So, you know, that's just, to me, is a big part of gelling the whole group together, and I'm going through that process right now. And it's enjoyable to understand the people who work on you, to know where they came from, you know, their history, about their family, where they lived. You know, all these things really matter, because it is just one group. You've got to have a very solid team. You know, I've seen that over the years. You know, they've got to be motivated and enjoy working with you and enjoy making the car great for you, and as a group winning races. So that's something you don't do when you're younger, something you realize when you're older, that is a big part of getting the whole group to tick well.
How fast can you get that to be a well-oiled machine once the racing begins?
I would say these guys know I'm deadly serious. Yeah, they've seen me around the paddock for years. I love to win. I work very hard. That affects how they work. They know it. They know I'm not there. We're not there to BS, you know, we're there to do a job. You know, I'm not a young guy coming in. They know I've got a lot of experience, so what you say they take on board, they take it seriously, because you've had enough experience to really understand what's going on and what improvements may need to happen, but vice versa. You know, these guys, a ton of experience too. I'm pretty open, but I expect, as I expect from myself, everyone to work hard and efficiently and smartly, and you know, I expect that back, and I see that there.
Awesome. What excites you most about this fresh start in the next phase of your career?
You know, it's just something I've always wondered. You know, how would I fare in another team? You know, Penske, when I joined it, was the best team. So, you know, working with a new engineer, a whole new group, that's interesting for me. It's also great to have this much experience and have a lot of input into development directions and setups and so on. So that excites me. I like that. I really enjoy that side of things. I love the technical side of things.
Is it trusting your instincts a bit more now? I know you always have, but
Yeah.
does that give you release to
I
do
mean,
that?
as you get older and you get more experience, you're a lot more sure of yourself. You're a lot more comfortable in your skin. You don't really care what people think. You know, you get in your 40s, you realize life's pretty short. You got to enjoy it, but you also don't let anyone else, what they say, affect you. And don't be scared to say what you believe.